everyone. So, tomorrow at night, we fly back to the UK. So, I thought I would take this time to highlight things I liked from the holiday as well as some other things. To start off with, let's talk about the first part of our holiday, the Disney part. Yes, I'm very aware that Disney is very corporate now and they don't care about their consumers anymore. But there's loads of YouTube videos that explain that better than I ever could. So let's just focus on my holiday. We started off at Magic Kingdom. You know, the magical moment. Wow, look at the massive castle. And whoa, the heat's pretty intense. Although technically we got that experience just as we landed, but you know what I mean. And we got to have a Mickey bar because my auntie, her body was not ready for the heat. It was just like, what's going on? So we had those Mickey bars, you know, those Mickey ice cream bars with the ears. They were quite nice. Granted, everything at Disney, whether it's food or drinks, is very expensive. Gonna make them money, even though they have plenty of it. Actually, no, that's not entirely true because their share price fell, but they want to make as much as they can. Then I believe it was. I don't know the exact order. Let me just list some parts of the parks. I don't remember the exact order. I liked Epcot a lot. We actually checked out the pavilions more because the previous times we went, we just sped through to the rides. So we actually got to appreciate the scenery. The Norway Pavilion's food is amazing. Oh my god. I remember eating it and thinking, "Oh my god, this is really really good." And the scenery of all the pavilions are cool as well. The Mexican pavilion, I had that same memory of the first time we went down, thinking, "Oh my god, all of this is inside." We did the Gran Cavalieros ride, you know, where they look for Donald. That was a charming one. And a low wait time, which is a blessing in the present day, since Disney wait times are like signing a devil's contract to just stand for all eternity. Um, there was Disney Springs, which I think we did before the other parks, but again, I don't know the exact order we did these in, so I'm just going to list them however I want. I got these, you know, the film Turning Red. I really appreciated that film. There was a little, and some people might pick this the wrong way when I say this, an adult cosplay set. Now, before you all start screaming furry at your phone or computer screens, I got it because it looked nice and I genuinely liked it. I am not a furry. Dear God, what a world would be if I was. So yeah, I wore that for a couple days at the villa. I really liked that. It's packed at the moment, but I will do a video showing my Florida haul. But then again, I do end up forgetting, so I'll try. All right, I'll try. Hollywood Studios, the one with the Star Wars section, Galaxy's Edge. We were lucky. So we took the gamble for Rise of the Resistance. It's long wait time. But it really wasn't that long, actually. And the ride was amazing. One thing I did notice was that there used to be a Kylo Ren animatronic, but they've gotten rid of that. So we thought, because previously when we went to Hollywood Studios, on the same holiday, it had technical difficulties. I think they were trying to get the animatronic to work, but then they decided, screw it, let's just switch it to a screen. Which I do agree looks much better. Still kind of dumb that Kylo Ren just gets shot out of nowhere. You were kind of not moving much, mate. Um, yeah, Hollywood Studios was great. Really enjoyed that. Star Tours was good. I like how with Star Tours, there's different outcomes you can get, like different places you can go. That's really fun. There is Animal Kingdom. I only went there once because the other chance I got to, I fell ill, and that sucked. But we had a good time there. We did the Kilimanjaro Safari, which was very pleasant. It had a long wait time, but we persevered because in the world of present day Disney, it's either pay or persevere or don't do anything at all. We even saw two female lions have a little bit of a biff up. It wasn't really that violent, it was just a simple biff. I don't know how else I could have explained that. Are there any other ones that I'm forgetting? You can tell this is unscripted. So, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios. Oh god. I really feel like I'm forgetting one. We'll get back to it in a bit. We'll go to the other stuff we've done. Universal. That was a brilliant time as well. Transformers, that will never get old. The Simpsons ride will also never get old. They are some of the best rides there. Men in Black was good. One funny moment was that near the end of the ride, you were supposed to push the red button in front of you to get automatic bonus points, and my dad pressed it. He told me about it, but I guess I was just too slow because by the time I figured it out, it wouldn't give it to me. So I was very salty about that. um, then there was SeaWorld and Discovery Cove, the other things that we did. Discovery Cove, I liked the cherry white foam. That's one of my favourite things there. It was like a slushy kind of foam. But here comes the more negative aspect to me. They're not really, really bad that it dampened it. I still liked it overall, but there were some things that could have gone better. The lazy river, which is like a river you just chilling and it takes you around. Yeah, that felt very tense. I was hanging on to that noodle for dear life. Don't worry, we had life jackets on, so we were in a completely safe situation. But hell, my brain did not think that. It begged to differ. So yeah, I don't think I can see the lazy river the same way again. There was the aviary. To be fair, I did better with the aviary because I think I remember the previous times I did it, I carried it out like a little baby. So I did better this time. And I could just appreciate birds more as a whole and why people have birds as pets because they're very quirky. There was, just walking around in general, which doesn't sound that bad, but because I am autistic, one of the main things to know about autistic people, number one, most of them have sensitivity to noise, but they can have sensitivity to light. And number two, it's all about the textures. And if there's one texture that I absolutely despise, it's sand. What does Discovery Cove have? A lot of sand. So naturally, whilst trying to enjoy it as much as I can, all my brain can think of was annihilate the sand. It's getting everywhere. I hate it. Like, honestly, the hatred of sand is something you wouldn't understand unless one, you were autistic, or two, you hated it yourself. So, yeah, that was the biggest dampener. Sand absolutely everywhere. SeaWorld, this one was a lot more positive. We went to see the little stingrays, they've been there for ages. There's Wild Arctic. Now, Wild Arctic used to be a simulation ride, which they got rid of for a stupid little performance thing to happen there. I'll let that slide by, kind of. I still hate that they did that. But the one thing they kept from Wild Arctic was the animal enclosures that you'd see when you got off the ride. Now, there's a walrus called Garfield, or as we call him, Mr. Garfield. He's kind of been a story with us. The previous times, he was on his own, he was chill. But this time we came, he had himself a wife and kid, which I was stoked to see. I was like, oh my god, he's a family man now. And the second time we went to SeaWorld, He was sleeping as if he wasn't on duty to take care of his kid. That was one of the funniest things I had seen and the most relatable. So that was great. And we did some rides. Journey to Atlantis was good. I did the Kraken, which I hadn't done previously. That was good. Maybe a little less slightly flying out of your seat kind of thing, but apart from that, it was good. Icebreaker, that was another good one. Again, a little bit flying out your seat, but nothing that dangerous. In fact, my brothers loved it so much they went on it 4 consecutive times in a row. That's dedication if I've ever seen it. And then it was mostly just wandering around and looking in the gift stores. So overall, I would say that my holiday was really good. Really good. The history behind our holiday was that we were meant to go in 2020, but we all know how that went. And then it got cancelled again. And then finally, this year, we were finally able to go. So I'm so glad that we've finally been able to do it. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to miss my giant pretzels. That's another thing to mention. The pretzels here are amazing. Look, perfect levels of salt. And I discovered a new joy I never knew I needed. Cheese dipping sauce. That may sound bad on paper, but they get it just right. The flavouring and everything. It was perfect. And the minute I ate it and liked it, I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that I needed this. Mum was saying to me about how she can make light cheese sauce, so I'll be seeing how that goes whenever we get it the next time. So, here's some more things to point out that I've just got in my head. Americans have no respect for people in wheelchairs. What I mean by this is that children in prams, right? They get the pass. Elderly people on mobility scooters, they also get the pass. But average teenagers like me in a wheelchair being rolled around? Nah, let's just stand in their way for an hour. Maybe run backwards into them. Yeah, that was very annoying to deal with at all the parks. Like, honestly, Americans. Now, I'm very aware that not all Americans are like this. I try to have an open mind, but when you're sat in a wheelchair and not much movement's happening, it's kind of difficult to keep said open mind. So that was annoying and something I will not miss. So that's really it for my holiday. I could talk about, yeah, I am going to talk about some of my future projects that I want to do on my channel. Because you've noticed that the quality's kind of gone back and forth. That's because the lower quality ones were on my camcorder, mostly on a tripod, and the more shorter ones were off my phone. But I can imagine most of you could already tell that. And it seems like short form content's the way to go while you're waiting for my bigger projects. So, before I announce my next projects that I wish to do, I'd like to give a big thank you for those who have seen my short form content and have stuck around, and for those who have stuck around this video in general instead of just scrolling off and doing something else. So, I plan to do a video on the Skylanders series, you know, those games with those figures back in the 2010s. I definitely want to do a video on that and talking about how much of an impact it's made on my childhood. Loads of people have already done that, but I kind of want to throw my hat into the ring. I'd also like to make a video on games I played in my childhood. Hell, I might even make videos of me playing said games while talking about them. That's something I want to do. I want to try and title it something original, because Games That Take Me Back was taken by the YouTuber Wolfie Plays. I recommend watching his channel. He's very funny. So, title is to be determined for that series. And I might try and make other content. Like, I might try Fortnite. I did put in my channel listing I want to try and be a variety channel, so that's what I wish to do. So thanks for watching, and I hope you stick around to see more of my content.